Right, we're just about up and running. I think. Right. So we've got, well, in fact, the bracket should be going up in a second or two. This is Friday night 9-ball, weekly 9-ball tournament. It's double elimination, race to 7, and race to, what is it, race to 5 on the one loss side. So the brackets are up, and we'll have a look and see who's who and what's what. Right. And remember, it's multiple Moneyball handicapping. Mr. Bill's got a tough one in the first round. He's given 5 and out to Alex 54. That's another player I've not seen before. And of course, that's the only match that's on in the first round, so that's the one we're going to watch. All the rest of them have got buys to the second round. And we'll see how Bill handles this heavy handicap. As I say, I've not seen Alex. We'll find out where he's from. He's from the United States, a C-rated player. He might be relatively new. Right, the rooms are up, and there are some second round matches taking place. Well, let me have a quick look again at that bracket. Well, Larry's waiting on the winner of that first match, so quite interesting to see how this first match will go. And we've got, well, we've got one player in. Alex is sitting there sleeping in the lobby by the looks of it. It might not go ahead. If he's new to tournaments, he's maybe signed up and then maybe not paid attention when it's going to start. In which case, Alex has got 5 minutes to get himself in the room, or he will forfeit. And then Bill will go through to play Larry in the second round. So we'll just sit here and bide our time. And while I'm biding my time, I've been messing about with my little doodle thing. There's a few other things it does apparently that I never even knew about. Hang on a minute. I need to bring it up. Now, I found out how my lines were going thin. Because you can actually change the size with the S button. Can't seem to get it to work now that I've bloody tried it. It works better in game than it actually does when I'm sitting in the lobby for some strange reason. I think it's probably designed to work when there's an active game actually working, but it doesn't seem to be working in the chat here. Right, so in fact I can see 2 rooms. We've got King Eric and Tommy Yu. That'll be a second round match. Now Tommy Yu was here earlier. What about this King Eric guy? I'll get rid of that doodle thing just now. Good evening to those in the stream. I don't recall seeing this King Eric fella in the lobby earlier on. He seems to be another one that's signed up and totally forgotten all about it. So that's odds on to be a forfeit as well. Now, is Alex in the room now? I think he is. Right, so we're about ready to roll. Just give us 2 seconds. Right. And we'll nip in. And I'll try my little doodle thing in the room. Right, so Bill's at the table. And of course he's given 5 and out to Alex 54. We'll just call him Alex. And straight away Bill, sorry, I thought Bill was at the table. Am I out of sync already here? Alex is just going to play the 3-9 combo according to what I'm looking at. Now, I think Alex is definitely a brand new player, or I'm seeing something totally different, because that 9 ball's hanging over the pocket. Let me just leave the room again. I think Bill's going to play the billiard onto it, just to double check everything's okay. I don't know why Alex didn't play the 3 onto the 9 there. Maybe he's trying to be a good guy. Right, let's try again. Now we've got a long sync delay here. I think the break was going on. Well, Bill won the first rack, so I must have been out of sync. No, I didn't. I wasn't out of sync. Bill played the billiard, didn't he? That's right. I'm getting confused already, and only bloody 5 minutes started. Right. Now I'm going to experiment with my little doodle thing. Now, what was the one you press? I think it was the shift? Yeah, you press the shift, and you can change to different little things. Let me try that. I can put a little line of arrows like that and show you the path of the cue ball. Now that's the path of the cue ball when Romario plays, just in case anybody's interested. That's a bit of a weak one with Bill, but Bill was trying to be careful there to make sure he didn't block himself off by the 9 ball. Alex went for the big heave-ho draw. Now he knows just to drop this in, but he's definitely struggling with his angle. So I haven't looked at his profile. He seems to be a fairly new player. So I'll give anybody the benefit of the doubt if they're new to this game. It looks easy to pot a ball when you see guys that have played it for years, but if you're just new, you need to get used to the perspective of the game. But he's getting 5 and out, and it's all square. Well, the good thing about next week is, I mean, this is the thing to point out at the start of this stream, guys. I'm working again tomorrow, so if this tourney runs on beyond 10:30, I'm going to my bed. But next week I've got the week off, so if I'm doing any streaming next week, I can go all the way. I don't need to be in bed. Now, what's happening here? I think we've lost Mr. Bill. Yep. Somebody's definitely disconnected, and Bill has gone. He shouldn't be. He's never usually that long till he's back in, though. Now there's one where I can do little circles, or squares or something. Let me see. I thought maybe it's a shift button. Right, let me try that one. Now that goes into a square. Now how do you make it a circle? Let me see. That goes to a square as well. Ah, right, so I think you set it. Did you set it to the bottom? Well, I haven't quite worked out how to do the little circle thing. The little circle thing would be handy, because that's better for showing you the position of a ball, or a ball, where a ball should go. But I like doing the little arrows. That's good. Right. Well, having said Bill doesn't take long to reconnect, he's taking a bit longer than I thought he would. We'll maybe eventually get to see some pool yet. And of course, if Bill fails to oh, here he comes. If he failed to reconnect after 10 minutes, he would forfeit. So I think he's back in now, and all of a sudden I'm seeing a house cue. I think we're definitely getting synchronization problems here. There's his cue now. Right, so that one ball certainly goes in, no problem. Well, it's either going to be the cross bank and the 2 ball, and just hope you get on the 3, but either that, it's a safety, and he's went for the safety. And Bill's got enough angle there just to work his way down to the 3, just past that 8 ball. Well, he's hit the 8 ball, and that's ended up a disaster. He's going to have to dig his jump stick out. He should have been able to avoid that 8 ball if he just stole a little bit more angle. There was enough there to steal an angle and still pot that ball. But in goes the 3. Now, can he see the 4? I don't think he can. I don't think he can see to pot it. He definitely can't. So he might be jumping again. And another good jump. Now, one thing with Virtual Pool 4 is that I mean, if you look at Yamaguchi Taru, I'm pretty certain that he doesn't have a jump cue, and well, he obviously then has to kick his way out of trouble. But certainly when he's at the table, there's not many occasions where he's getting himself in trouble, because his positional play is pretty good, and he doesn't have an awful lot of need for a jump cue. Now, Bill uses it frequently, I have to say, and it gets him out a lot of trouble. Quite a lot of it is self-inflicted, I have to add as well. So, Bill goes into the lead, and of course it's winner breaks. And compared to the other night there, the stream is showing green tonight, the stream health, rather than amber. We've lost something there, something's gone down. We've lost the 4 ball and the 6, and Bill's on the 2, the 8 ball's hanging over the top right. So from here, if Bill can go on the 2, and that looks to be running a wee bit square, so straight away Bill's going to have to do a bit of running with the cue ball, and the path of the cue ball is going to be close to that 7, unless he he draws it, and he's hit the 7, and now he's got a problem to deal with. And of course, you see the danger ball is the 8 ball, and if Bill doesn't get behind this 5, well, he's alright. I wonder if Alex fancies his chances with a jump cue, I don't know, but, well, that was the only thing that could help Bill there, is getting behind that 5. He managed to do it, so Bill will probably just leave the 8 ball where it is, I would imagine. Now this is a run through for the 5, so he's gone too far, and again the cue ball's got to move. And this isn't cut and dried here. It's always tricky getting the pace right. And he's leaving himself high in the 7, and this is missable. He might play the bank. He's probably got a better guarantee of getting the bank onto the 8 than he has actually cutting this 7. We'll see what he does. He's gone for it, and he's managed to get it. Now where's this cue ball finishing up? Oh, well, he's okay. Still tricky in that corner. So Bill's got his lead now, stretches it to 3. Something went into the right middle, didn't catch it. What was it, 3 ball? Looks like the 3's gone. And this is looking good. Well, up as far as the 8 ball, the 8 ball's going to be the problem. That is, that 8 ball's not sitting good at all. He's going to have to try and move it. And he's got a good chance here, because if you look at the 7, that 7 ball, if he's playing it that way, cue ball's going to go here anyway, and he'll get the split. So that's the crucial shot. He's got to make sure he's got himself on the right hand side or the left hand side of the table as we look, to get the little nudge, and then he's got to rely on a bit of good fortune to keep the 7 ball, the 8 ball in play. And he's got the perfect position in the 6, and he should really just be stopping the cue ball where the 6 ball is right now. Well, he's gone a bit further. Let's have a look. No, he's okay. He can nudge right into the 9 ball here, and that's what happens. Got it too thick. And this is one of these maybe gift opportunities for the lower rated player, when the higher rated players get out of shape, down to the money balls, and he's got a pressure pot. Now even this shot here for Alex is not easy, and he's going to scratch. So Bill's got ball in hand, and we would think he's going to leave himself reasonable position on this 9. So he's playing at that angle. He's got 2 ways to go. He can bring the cue ball back, or he can go through and over. Well, he's playing the short side, as I call it, and he's got it perfect. Now I'm going to just have a wee look at Alex here. If we can get that thing up. Let's have a look. Well, he registered August 2016, but I have to say I've not seen him online. He must not get to play an awful lot. Back to the bracket, and I'll just change the update on that as well. Yeah, I think I can sense Bill's not feeling any pressure because we've seen that Alex is he's got a lot to learn. So Bill's not under any strain. Even when Alex has had the odd chance there, he hasn't put it away, so it'll probably be a different setup once the next match comes along, assuming Bill wins as expected. But in goes the 9, and Bill's now sitting 5-1. Good evening, Harold. Right, we've got a dry break from Bill, but these balls are sitting perfect. With one exception, the 6 ball. The 6 ball's going to have to be played long, and that involves getting the cue ball into a certain position to be able to play it. So that's the one that could be the problem. Other than that, everything else is fine. And when you think of where the 5 ball is, if you plan ahead and you look at the 5, then you want to be playing the 5 ball there. So the cue ball goes down here. And already Bill has decided to try and do something with the 6 at the wrong time, and he's made it worse. He should not have been near the 6 ball there. And he's now out of shape in the 4. He's higher on the 5 than he wanted, but he's still got a chance if he drags this and tries to spin across again. And Bill's getting lucky here because he's knocked the 5 ball safe. Chance of the cross double. And poor Alex has just done Bill a big favour. He's just nudged the 6 out. Let's have a look at the angle Bill's got. Well, that's fine. He shouldn't have any problem there getting over to the 6. And I don't think, again, assuming Bill goes on to play Larry in the second round, I don't think there's going to be much between the two players as far as handicapping goes. I think Larry's round about the same sort of rating as Bill is at the moment, so it might be a scratch match. So Bill's sitting on the hill, 6-1 up with the break. Again, he's come up dry. Well, that's actually made life a lot easier now. Bill nudged the 6 out, so he just needs to drop the 5 in. He can leave the 6 at range. And then he's got plenty of room to get the cue ball off there, over here, and round there for the 7. Well, he's checked it. Played that with a lot of left-hand English, and it's not done him any favours because he's hooked himself on the 7. Again, he should have let the cue ball run, and it would have took the path I was posting there. He tried to be clever, and well, once again, poor Alex is not going to be left anything. So Bill's, well, let's just say he's got an easy path at the moment, and this match is all over. Just ball in hand in the 7, drop the 7 in, drop the 8 in, and run through a little bit and take the 9 into the middle. Cue ball just wants to finish round about here. So Bill goes through. Now I hope Alex is aware that this is a double elimination and he doesn't disappear. So Bill goes through, 7 racks to 1. King Eric and Tommy U. Tommy U has won by forfeit because, as I said earlier, King Eric is a no-show. And now Bill and Larry's room is up. We're just waiting on the 2 of them get in. And we've got Whiz Kid and Andre Hagus. They're playing at the moment, and Popman and Wizard Cheat. So Larry and Bill are in. They'll be lagging off. And Bill has won the lag. Well, in fact, Larry's gone up to 2,300. So that means that Mr. Bill is getting a 7 ball as his extra money ball. 3 ball has gone in. Now we could see a rack straight away here. Bill's got the 1-7 combo. And then it goes as quick as that. Within 30 seconds, Bill's up 1-0. Now, as long as Larry can avoid that 8 ball, because he might come out behind the 8 ball here, depending on what he does with the cue ball. This isn't a dead set 1 ball, but he's obviously thinking about positioning the 2. And he's managed to miss the 8 ball, but of course he's misjudged the 1. If we look at the 3 ball, we can see it goes in past the 7 here, so pot in the 2, just let that cue ball roll through an inch or so, not much more. In fact, looking at the angle he's got, he can't do that. He's going to have to, well, he's trying to play it dead weight. Well, that's not bad. Let's look at the 6. Well, there's plenty of room to get that past. So this should be rack number 2 to Bill. And no mistakes made behind the 9 ball here. But he would like to get his reasonable angle on this 6. And he's gone a wee bit more than is comfortable. This can easily catch the edge of the 7. And he's got it clean. So he's home and dry, 2-0 up. There's a narrow path here for this 2-ball, and Bill's drawn back, and that needs to go behind. If it hadn't nudged that 8, it would have been perfect. If it had just missed the 8-ball, that cue ball would have went round behind the 3, and Bill would have had it into the right hand corner. So Bill had no option but the safety, and I'm pretty certain Larry will go for this. Bill's misjudged the safety, and Larry won't hang about, he'll be having a go. And that's nice pace, he's managed to hold that well. And a little soft draw shot here off the 4. Just a little draggy shot because he doesn't want to go near that middle pocket. Well, he's just run to the rail. That's a different angle from what it looked to me. Now, at worst, Larry should overhit this. Make sure he's well past the 8-ball. Now, I've seen this time and time again. I keep mentioning this. When you've got the 9-ball sitting there like that, there's lots of chances for errors here, and a lot of the time the error happens when the player finishes here. So anywhere up here is fine, but if you misjudge the pace, you end up behind the 9, and you're having to play like a long cut or a narrow angle cut somewhere. So this always looks dead easy. So Larry's went across the rail, right rail and back across, and that's pretty good. You're always best to try and play above the 9 like where Larry is. But if you start running the cue ball, there's a strong chance you can find yourself in the back rail. So Larry's off the mark, trailing by just a 1, but now more importantly he's got the break. And how's his luck? And he's got nothing. And Bill could try a delicate little snooker here. He's played the combo in the 2. Not going to get anything else from it though, but he's now got to work out what's a safety. So now he can get that cue ball back over towards the 8-ball. He's went for the cut onto the 3. Well, Bill's feeling aggressive. There's the result come in, and Andre Hegus has beaten WizKid 7-4. And I think they're all second round matches, so this match is the one that's has been held up because obviously Larry had to wait for that first round result. Well, the only thing that's making it awkward here is that 8-ball Bill queuing over the top, but it wasn't a great safety by Larry. And Bill's hung up the 1-ball, so this is a chance Larry's been waiting. And plenty of room to get on the 3-ball. Well, Larry, why didn't you overhit that? Because you had very strong odds you would have had a shot in the 3-ball. And now he's scratched, and that's a wasted opportunity. That was bad. It has to be said. And all it is a gift run out opportunity for Bill here. And remember, Bill's only needing up to the 7-ball. He doesn't need to get the cue ball back up for the 8. So this all hinges on the 5 ball and getting on the 6. Now again, just the wrong side, so cue ball's going to have to be manoeuvred. He's punching it off the side, the end railway inside English, so that was risky, but it get the job done, or it gets the job done. And don't forget as well, Larry's been sitting there waiting for half an hour for this match to start, so how long have we been going? He's been waiting roughly half an hour, so Larry's still warming up. But Bill is leading by 3-1. Now what's gone this time? 3 ball again, is it? How does that look from his side? And he's got the cut. Now you can't avoid the 5 ball here, so there's a problem getting on this 4, and this is just riding your luck again. If he controls the pace off this, he could brush off the 5 and get down the right hand side. But he's hit it full, so now he's got no shot other than an ambitious combo here. It's not that bad though. He just needs to get that 4 ball in his eye line. Alright, played it well. However, 4 balls, no guarantee of where it was going. And if that keeps rolling, well, again, that's not bad because there's a great big area to get this cue ball. Now, again, he's checked it, but remember, he's only needing the 7 ball. I would have preferred to run that cue ball and move me into an area that gives me a better angle in the 7. But in it goes. And rapidly, Bill is racing away here. Something needs to happen for Larry pretty quickly to get himself back in this match. 6 balls going in, 8 balls going in. And he's also got a shot in the 1. And dare I say it, this should be a run out. It's only going to be a big error by Bill not to get this rack run out, and his first thing he has to deal with again getting on the 3. So it's just controlling the pace again. And he's gone long. And the angle I think he's got in the 3 is going to take him over towards the 4. Yep, so it's not looking good for Larry. But that shot from the 2 ball to that 3 ball, that might stick in his craw for the rest of the night. So Bill's up 5 racks to 1. And straight away, Larry's got a problem he has to get dealt with here. That 7 ball, I'll do a better one than that. That's the danger ball. And as long as that sits there, it's a danger for Larry, because Bill will just be looking to knock that in. But Larry's played a good safety, and Bill's already lining up the jump. He's got second prize again. He's got the cover, but I think Larry can spin just around the edge of that 6 ball and catch the edge of the 1. And he's overdone it. He's got the spin too early, and well, Bill's got ball in hand, and it looks as if, whoops, wrong one folks, hang on a sec. It looks as if, well, does that 2 go past the 4? Well, yes it does, and he just needs to dab this in and leave the 3 long. And now it's not perfect. Oh, and that's a nice kiss in the 4. Wonder if Bill can just come back. Yep. Got it back, and now he's getting into a wee bit of a blind pocket here. But again, the cue ball's path is going to bring him up between the 6 and the 9. For the 6 into the top level. He's dragged it in, played it dead weight to try and hold it, and that's reasonably okay. Now here's where it might muck up, because those 2 balls are covering an area that blocks the 7. So he's managed to hold it again, and Larry's nightmare continues here. Bill on the hill. And there's me thinking Bill would be under a bit more pressure in this match, and Bill's not been pushed at all. And Larry's not had a great deal of opportunities, but the opportunity he did have, he threw it away. So in goes the 5. What we got there, a scratch. I missed that, I was looking at the stream. Well, I'm not going to say anything until this rack's over. And straight away Larry's having to work again, as this is going to have to trickle in dead weight. Now the safest shot here is cut that 8 ball in and bring the cue ball right up to the bottom end here for the 9 into the left middle. And Larry's, well, he's alright, he's got a choice. He can play it long or he can cut it in. Maybe wanted it off that rail a wee bit more. In it goes, so one of Larry's lifelines has been used up. He still trails by 6 racks to 2, and he needs some balls in the break here. He needs something to happen for him. And he's not getting it. It just isn't going. Oh, 6 balls going in. But no shot in the 1. So he needs a good safety here. And ideally he wants to get this cue ball tight against something, because Bill's just going to jump over it. But he's not going to jump over those. This time Bill's going to have to kick, I think. No, he's still going for the jump cue. Well, he's managed to get it. Well, there's enough of the yellow, the yellow. Enough of the 1 ball showing. But this isn't, there's nothing clear cut with this opportunity here. There's an awful lot to get done. Again, Larry playing for accurate position in the 2. The problem being that the 3 ball was nowhere near perfect, and off that 2 ball he could have dropped in behind the 3 to play it into the right middle, but he's missed a 1. Now, the only saving grace is the fact that the 7 ball is next to the 9 and the 5's blocking that pocket. But if Bill can get over behind it, he can play the 7 into the right middle. And of course, with Bill playing the 5 ball next, he's going to be dropping right in behind the 7. Sorry, after the 3 if he banks this. I forgot about the 3 ball. I forgot the 3 ball was still there. Now, I think he's going to cut it, but he's going to drop right on that 5. And he sent it to the jaw. Well, that there could have been all over, because it would just have been a little delicate cut in the 5. Let's see how Larry handles it. So it's got to be dead weight shot on the 5. Well, he's running over to the side. But that means he's doing a bit more work with the cue ball. If he'd fell on the short side into the middle, he would have just needed to run through. And here's the crucial one. Again, that 9 ball is up the table, so it's moving the cue ball into an area. Well, once again, Larry's playing for accurate position in the 9, and he's not getting the first part of the equation right here. Here's the tough one. Where's the cue ball going? Well, Bill finishes it off. Larry's going to have to work through the 1 lost side, and Bill wins the match by 7 racks to 2. So that now completes the second round. WizKid has, well, of course that's a 1 lost side, so WizKid has won by forfeit against King Eric. Let's have a look at the bracket. Oops, wrong thing. See what's happening now. Right, so Larry is about to play Wizard Cheat, and of course Larry's given 5 and out to Wizard Cheat. Bill is given 7 and 8 as the extra money balls to Popman. And Andre Hagus is playing Tommy Yu, and I think Tommy Yu is a 2000 rated player, and the score's 3-2. We'll nip in and have a look at that one and see how that match is doing. Let's find out where these players are from. Andre Hagus, he's from Germany. And so is Tommy Yu. Oh well. Well, they're both fairly even in the ratings, but Andre's getting that extra money ball, the 7 ball. And he's completely missed the 2. So let's see what Tommy Yu can do with ball in hand. And where the 2 balls sitting, yeah, he's going to draw on the short side, because that way he's avoiding all these other balls trying to run the cue ball. So anywhere down here would do. could play this with inside English and go up that way, but that's far too risky. And he's left it short. The much bigger area on the left hand side of the table there to play that shot. So he's now got a toughie to dig out here, but he should be on the 6 after it, and the pace is good. Just a little kill shot, just come back a bit, and that's the right shot because he's the right side of the 7. Now I think he can draw follow through and just miss the 9. He's got plenty of room. So Tommy Yu takes his chance and ties the match up at 3 racks all with the break. Nap Nicker, why are you using fancy words like Pyrrhic when I don't even know what that means? It's a Pyrrhic victory with a handicapping. There should be an option not to take the handicap. I think where V dollars are concerned, I think most folk would, especially if they're 1500 rated players, I don't think it would make it very interesting for them to play in the tournament. That's their only chance they've got is the handicapping. There's a cue ball going. Is it going right into that jaw? It certainly is. Well, this will be a good one to hit for Tommy Yu. And I think if he misses the 2, oh, that was unlucky. Just a fraction short on the angle there, and he nearly glanced a 1. So now we'll get a chance to see how Andre plays the game. He's ball in hand, he's just looking for a good position to get on this 2. And you'd expect him to run out. Again, he's got a good angle to run off the side rail and out, right into the middle of the table for the 4. Now, ideally, he doesn't want to be dead straight on the 6 because it means he's just rolling up the table and playing the 7 at distance close to the rail, and that's perfect. Again, the cue ball's going to go up past the middle pocket, but away from the rail. And he needs to go high enough to make it comfortable to get on this 8 ball. Well, he's going to have to come across the left hand side. I don't know whether he can drop this in dead weight. He probably can. Well, he's tried to come in behind it. Oh, he's just made it. Well, mind you, he didn't need to, didn't he? The 7 ball is the money ball. So Andre into the lead and now breaking open rack number 8. The 8 ball's gone in. And there we go. 7 ball is very adjacent to that pocket. And Tommy Yu needs to be aware of that. Now the standard shot, provided that that Andre can get to this 5 ball, the standard shot is probably going to be the pot there. In which case, the cue ball is going out there for the 6, and that's going to make his life easier. But where he is in the 4, now that needs to nudge the 6. If it does, he's perfect. So now he can get right out into the middle of the table. And it goes, it needs to keep going. He's a bit short, but you got to make your mind up and go 100% for it. He looks as if is he playing the cut? He is playing the cut, but he needs to get a bit of draw in this. He doesn't want to let the cue ball run away. He wants to hold that in the left hand side for the 7. And he's got it, and now Andre has got a 2-rack lead. Now these players hovering in and around the 2000 mark is they're definitely showing that they're thinking about what they're doing. 7 ball, of course, went in off the break, being the money ball. It's spot money, and it comes back up in the table after the break. And of course that's tied up now in amongst those other balls. So that means that Andre's going to have to work to win this rack, as well as Tommy. And the 3 ball is going nowhere. And that's a good effort. And that's actually not bad. He's managed to squeeze it into the little gap. A nasty little cut back, but if he gets a good position on this 4, he can certainly run into those balls, get them moving, try and open things up. But he'll need a wee bit of luck. Well, I know what I'd be doing here. I don't know about Andre, but I know exactly what I'd be playing. You can feather off the 4. Feather off the edge of the 4, send a cue ball here and here. Use those as the cover. Well, he's went for the pot. I think, again, the old Clint Eastwood line, you've just got to know your limitations. And he's set up, or given an opportunity here as a 5-9 combo, but it's not, there's nothing cut and dried about this. Right, this is the chance that Tommy Yu's been waiting on, and that's going to spin towards the 6, and he's in no man's land. Yeah, a clever little safety required, and that's not bad. It does cut, but there's no saying where the cue ball's going to end up. But it's a lot easier to play a good safety off that 6. Just play the right hand half of that 6 ball. You've got to watch the in off, so it's got to be dead weight. He's gone for the cut, and he's going to leave himself a tight shot in the 7. Now that does go. It does go in off the jaw. And of course this is Andre's money ball, so you'd expect him to go for it. And he's played it well. A good pot. And he's 6-3 up. Oh, now he's broke off. I don't know what went in, but the one thing, of course, is the 7 balls hanging. And this match could be all over. If he gets the jump on this 1 and gets on the 2, it's just going to be a cut in the 3 onto the 7. Well, he's missed it. But the danger's still there for Tommy Yu. Tommy's the one that's going to be taking care of that. Roll through in the 2, pot the 3 onto the 7 and take away that danger ball. And it means again that Andre has to run the table. So a wee bit of relief for Tommy there, getting rid of this. And now, again, a perfect angle. But you've always got to leave yourself short. Leave yourself here, don't leave yourself here. Oh dear, well, that's a bad one. But again, it still means that Andre's forced into clearing up. And that's perfect. Well, it's a bit straight, but I think he'll just draw back. Little draw shot, drop the 8 in. Well, he's overcooked that a bit. Well, he's trying to do things to cause himself problems here, but a bit too much juice in that, and now he's got a tough one to dig out here. And that's why he's missed the 8. So, Tommy Yu will take care of business here. But once again, it's just that one mistake puts you out of line, and before you know it, you're then playing a pressure shot. The 8's gone in, and something else went in the right middle. 6 ball. Now it'd be good to see Tommy Yu run this rack, because I mean he's got the 2 balls in the break. The table's sitting nice. He's going straight into the middle pocket, and that is probably his last shot in the match. It looks too simple here. Pot the 3, pot the 4, and then the trouble is getting on the 5, and the 5 is here. That's where you've got to get to with the 5 ball. Or he could play the 5-9 combo. He's got options, but the 5-9 combo's got to be made. It's nowhere near set. And that looks like a pretty good angle. That is a good angle. I like that angle, because that means I can draw off there down to here. He might have other ideas. He might be looking at the 5-9 combo, but I think he's overcooked it. Has he? Is it going to spin? Is it going to spin? No. He's hooked himself. It had to be an accurate shot to get into that area on the short side of the 5. So now he's just going to have to bang at this and hope. Give it a good bang. Well, at least hit it. Again, a lifeline for Tommy Yu, and I don't think he'll be making much mistakes this time. Just a simple roll in, and a roll up the rail. And Wizard Cheat has used his 5 and out handicap and put Larry to the sword. Wizard Cheat wins by 4 racks to 2. And Tommy Yu gets another one back. So we might still have a match on. And again, a good break, maybe a ball or two in the break. Well, that's a bit of a heavy break. The 7 and the 4 didn't move, I don't think. Oh, that was a delicate little drag shot. I think I need something a bit more than delicate to get on this 3, because it certainly doesn't go past the 8. Does it? You know, the more I look at it, the more I'm thinking he could maybe cheat this in, but it's got to be soft. If you hit it any harder, it's definitely not going to go. It's hard to see with the edge of that 8 ball. It looks as if he's playing the combo though. Well, Andre should be in trouble here. Tommy should have that cue ball in behind the 8. Well, he's putting an awful lot of spin on it. Yeah, far too much spin. He could have just let that cue ball roll out the pace there in behind the 8. And all he's done is just giving Andre a chance here. Little roll through, 4 into the middle. Stop the cue ball. Now he needs to get away from the rail though. He'll probably use the 7 ball as a stopper. Let's see what the angle's like from this side. Well, no, he's going to have to dig down. Oh dear. Well, Tommy went all out there to force that cue ball back up for the 5. And of course at that pace, it's always going to be a rattle in the jaws. As soon as you touch those jaws, it's not going in. Again, you want to overhit this. You want to make sure you come up past the 5. The 7 ball to get on that 5. If he misses the jaw, he's alright. Well, he's still got the edge. He's still got the cut. Same thing applies again. Make sure the pace is there. I think he can avoid hitting the 6. Oh, now it's getting interesting. Now, if Tommy Yu can just hit that half ball, it needs to slow down. Oh dear. Oh, he's tried to sneak it in. Well, this rack here's going to and fro. But of course Andre now just has to drop on this 7 when he pots at 6 and the match is over. Well, it does go. Yep, there's always that 9 ball suddenly enlarges about twice its size when you're playing a shot like that. So again, Tommy's got a chance to square the match here. And he needs to put all his focus on this 7 ball. And I think there's some German expletives there in the chat. Not that I can speak German, but oh dear, it's all over now. Tommy's hung it up, and provided Andre doesn't roll through and follow this in, Andre wins the match by 7 racks to 5. So there we go. That's another result in. And of course Tommy Yu, he will continue in the one loss side, and we'll have a look at the bracket. And we saw that Larry went down to Wizard Cheat. We see Bill is tied up 2 racks all with Potman, and Potman is getting the 7 and 8 balls as extra money ball. So excuse me, wait a minute, I'll have a good cough. And we will nip in and join that match. And straight away, as we join it, Potman's up 3-2. And he's got a good chance here to stretch his lead. So he's got 7 and out. Just pot the 4. I think, is he straight? Well, he's not. He's got a nice little angle, and he can even spin the cue ball. He's going to leave himself a long 7 ball, but in all honesty, this rack should be over. He just squeezed past the 8 there. And it goes. So now we're going to see Bill, who in his first 2 matches wasn't under any pressure whatsoever. So now he's going to have to work for it. Potman to break off in rack number 7. He's come up dry. Well, Bill can't pot the 1 directly, so more than likely he's going to be out with the jump stick again and try and cut that in. And the way if the cue ball takes a sort of standard path, if he does jump this in, well, he's just got it safe. But the cue ball, if it had hit it solid and cut it, the cue ball would have been over here, and that would have been a good enough angle to have a shot in the 2. Well, Bill's got a chance here. If he just feathers off the right edge of the 1, can try and tuck it down with the 8 and 9, and he's got cover. But again, there's a danger ball. That's the one to keep an eye on. Any lower value ball goes anywhere near that 8 ball is going to get banged in. This time Bill's got a chance to tie Potman up. An easy snooker behind that 5. And he's got it nice and tight. And this is going to be a tough one to hit for Potman. There's a lot of traffic in the way. I'm just looking to see where he can try and get an angle to hit this. Here, here, there. Well, that's one way of doing it. And all that's done is it's left Bill the cut. But Bill's now got to play the accurate shot on this too. Now, has he gone too far? I think he has, because I don't even think he can cut that 2 onto the 8. That 2 is going to go to the rail. And if that cue ball bounces, then we could see Potman stunning this in. Stun the 2, send the cue ball onto the 8. That looks a fairly good bet. I don't know whether he's paid any attention to that at all. But certainly it's on. And he's digging down. It looks as if that's what he's playing. He's tried to nudge it in. He didn't get into the cue ball enough because the cue ball actually dragged. He had to hit that hard and stun. Yeah, I think he actually almost drew it. So that's one to get away. But it's still a problem for Bill. Pressure's on Bill here, because if he does anything that leaves this one of these balls on, that 8 ball's going to disappear. So he's on a hiding to nothing here. He has to run out. Perfect angle on the 6, I think. I think he can drop over behind the 7 and take it long into that top left pocket. And believe it or not, Bill has got to watch how he pots this 8. And he's going to be able to play the draw and come up the table, and that way he's got the little cut in the 9, so he's not hitting the 9. So Bill's getting one back. He's still trailing by 4 racks to 3. I haven't noticed any of these racks been tilted tonight. A lot of them seem straight. Whereas the other week there, they were going left and going left and going right. The Bill's broke. He's come up dry. And again, a simple safety here for Potman. He can be aggressive and go for the cut, but it's far easier to play the safety. Can drop in behind the 6 and 9. Well, he's went the other way and tried to leave the 1 there. A bit too much juice in it. But again, a safety for Bill if he wants to take it. And I think he's a bit short in weight there. That's how you do the little circles, if you draw them. But I think if you do a line, it does a square. No, it does a circle. That's weird. Let me try a square. Yeah, it did a square. Right. This is not an easy starter, but Bill gets it. And he looks as if he's, unless he draws off this, he might glance off the 9. try to avoid the 9. Now let's see how he managed to handle this problem, because that the angle on the 5 is probably easier, to be honest with you, playing into an area like here, because that way you can play the billiard. Well, he's gone too far. He's gone way too far. And now he's going to try and have to make this by punching the 5 into the rail, which he's done very well indeed. And he's still in business. This should be all over for Bill. Pot the 5, he's on the 6. Again, I'm having a look at this. Yeah, he can avoid it, just draw off the 6. Miss the 7. So now we're going to be all square. And Bill with the break in rack number 9. Yeah, it's only got the circle and the square, but the circle's actually good. If I can guarantee it's going to work all the time. If I said a ball was going into that area, now you see I've done the wrong thing there. I meant to hold that button. I've got to hold the button to do it. Right, like that, and then it makes a circle. Popman will be banging into this 2 ball, trying to slide along and split the 3 and the 9, and maybe move a few others as well while he's at it. He needs to hit this hard. Well, no joy. He's got the 3 out, but he's got no shot on it. And this is where, again, you've got to think about the lay of the table. That 4 and 6 ball is Popman's lifeline. He doesn't want to move them. He wants, if he misses this 3, he certainly doesn't want to clatter into them. If Bill gets ball in hand, he wants Bill to have to work to win the rack. Now, that almost knocked the 8 ball into the 6 and 4 there. But he got the hit. How does that look? Well, that's definitely not set. Just a little safety, use the 6 ball as a stopper and just get distance on it. I don't know whether he can try and tuck behind the 8. Well, he's managed to set up the combo. It definitely wasn't set, so that was a good shot. Well, this is looking good for Bill. It looks too easy here. He's on the 7 after the 5, no problem. And he's got a nice little angle again. Just to come off the rail and back up for the 8 ball. Well, this is just a dead weight shot on the 8. And probably take the 9 into the middle. Just a straight shot. So Bill has rallied and got himself into the lead now. Leading 5-4, and of course still with the break. Well, that's one of Popman's money balls has disappeared. The 7's gone into the left middle. What's he liking the 1? Well, that 1 ball goes. I think he can hit enough of that to cut it in. No, maybe not. I doubt my eyes are failing me now. That's a bit of luck. I don't know whether he played that, but he certainly didn't, because look where he's left the cue ball. Got no shot in the 2, and again got to have to try and kick this. The 3 ball is the only thing that's protecting Popman from the run out here. But straight away Bill's going to bang this 2 in and play the big draw, but I think at best he's just going to hit the 8 ball. Oh, he's managed to get through the gap. Well, that was excellent. That was a very good shot. There's no way you thought he could actually hit that space clean without hitting the 8 ball. Well, now, dare I say it again, it looks all too easy. Well, there shouldn't be a problem here. Just pick the pot and angle, and he's on the 8 ball. Well, Bill now is 1 away from victory, and there's the result came in. Wizard Cheat, who took out Larry in the previous round in the 1-loss side. Well, Wizard Cheat has been undone by Tommy Yu, and Tommy Yu has won by 4 racks to 2. Bill got a ball in the break. The 4 ball went down. He finished on the 1. And now he's going to need a little kiss or something here. Now, can he hold it for that 3? I think he can just make it. He can just squeeze the angle there, I think. That looked okay. Gonna have to dig another one though. Well, I think if you just play the pot and angle of the 5, the 6 has got to go in. Oh no, it's held up in the jaw. Well, there's nothing here but a billiard for Popman. And even then, I don't. It's in danger of double kissing this 5 ball. This could be Popman's last shot in the match. The one he's about to play. And watch for the double kiss on the 5. Because he's trying to play the billiard in the 6 here. And if he gets the double kiss, that'll file the cue ball away. Needs to watch the clock. Well, that's why he's ended up doing that. All he's done is give Bill ball in hand to play the same shot. That's why there's a shot clock in the tournament. You've got to use it, but you've got to then get your head together and make up your mind what you're going to do. Well, I don't think Bill fancies the billiard. He's just content to keep it tight. Well, this time, well, that was just short of being a very good shot there. But this time, Popman can bang into the 5 and just hope the momentum of the cue ball knocks the 6 in. Got it too thick. And this time, it's an easy starter for Bill. I think he might be straight again. Let's have a quick look. Oh no, he's okay. Just spin up the rail there. Oh, didn't want the kiss in the 6, but he's okay. And things are just falling into place here for Bill tonight. He's getting that wee rub of the green that you need. And everybody needs that now and again. But Bill's also had his fair share of hammerings against these 5 and out handicappers in this tournament. So, you know, you don't grudge him getting that wee bit of the running. So he's just got the 7, 8 and 9 to go. Just a simple draw. And then a little stun off the 8 ball up towards the middle pocket. Cue ball will go in that direction. Just under hit it a wee bit, but he's okay. So Bill is marching on, and I think he'll be sitting in the hot seat now. So Bill wins the match by 7 racks to 4, and I think he'll get a chance to take a little bathroom break, I would imagine now. Let's have a look. Right, so no, he won't, I'm afraid. Andre Hagus is sitting there waiting on him. In fact, no, that's not the hot seat. That is the hot seat match to see who gets through to the final. So that'll be the next match that's playing now. What's going on at the moment on the other side? And the answer is not a lot, because Popman has just lost to Bill. And Popman's just about to play WizKid, who will probably be getting about 5 and out against Popman. WizKid, I would imagine, be getting a fairly hefty handicap. And then the winner of that match will go on to play Tommy Yu. So there's still a bit of business to be done in this tournament. Now, again, just to remind anybody that's watching, not that there's a full house crowd watching, but we've got about 57 minutes left of my stream time before I'm going to pull the plug and go to bed. A strict deadline of 10:30 PM my time for beddy buys for a 4 AM start, remember. Right, now, well, somebody's fallen asleep in the Popman Mr. Bill room. Now this Mr. Bill Andre Hagus match, this could be quite a good matchup. We see that Andre is getting 6 and out now. I think Andre's more than capable of using the value of that 6 and out against Bill. But we've seen that Bill has been relatively untroubled so far in this tournament. And of course, straight away, we've got that there that needs to be kept a careful eye on, because the 2 ball is a good combo onto it. Well, it isn't now, considering where Andre's finished. That was a delicate little draggy shot, and that's beautifully played. Lovely pace, and just killed it off the 9 ball to hold for the 3. Now here's definitely a player that's got potential here, this Andre Hagus. Definitely I like to see what he's doing. Apart from that, though, I have to say, so he's still going to make those type of mistakes, but that was a nice shot that he pulled off there. but it all ends up just being another good opportunity for Bill to get off to a good start. And straight away now, he's going to have to probably force this through. Is he playing the force through? Yeah, force follow as they call it in the States. And that will do, because he's got a huge area to move the cue ball here and here and here. And the one thing that's been the difference with Bill tonight from other weeks, and it's a fairly basic thing for these 2,000 odd rated players, Bill's not made many mistakes, which is why he's won all his matches reasonably comfortably. He's not been making mistakes, and that consequently means that his opponents haven't been getting an awful lot of chances, and what chances they have been getting, they haven't been taking them. So he's certainly playing to a level required in order to actually defend against these handicaps. And the only way of defending is by not missing and not make mistakes. Well, that's certainly, if Bill's planning ahead, and whether that was played or not, he's opened up the 7 and the 8. A tough one in the 2 ball though. And he needs a wee bit of luck here. Well, I think he's hooked on the 3, so not much he can do other than kick in behind it. Or he seems to be wanting to play the jump shot again. The danger of this bouncing off the table here. He's played it soft, but he's just set it up for Andre. So let's see how Andre handles the situation. This is a very good opportunity. Again, there's 2 ways to play this. Whatever you're comfortable with, you can pot the 4, a little bit of bottom and left, punches the cue ball back that way, or you can go through and around and out. And he's went around and out. Left himself a wee bit short. Now this has just got to be delicately played here. Is he playing this with inside English? No, he's just letting it run. Just trying to kill the pace though. But needs another good one. And the angle is a wee bit more than is comfortable for this 6 to be able to hold nicely for the 7. And really I would want to play with a bit of draw. He's tried to be clever, and at that angle, well, tell a lie, what is he needing? 6 and out. I forgot, I was thinking he was getting 7 and out. He's getting 6 and out. Oh well, pay attention. I'm so focused on looking at the balls and forgetting about the bloody handicap up top. Oh well, let's have a look and see what Andre can do here. Can he get a drawback on this one? It's not good. Now, I would go 100% for this 1 ball into the middle, because he could probably billiard off the 2. He's missed it. Has it gone safe? No, it hasn't. So Bill's going to take care of the 7 ball. I think there's something far wrong with the ratings in straight pool. I went into a room earlier tonight, and sick pool was playing Romario in a game of straight pool, a race to 100. And I went in the room, and sick pool sitting with a 3002 rating. And I'm saying nobody's 3000 at any game in this, any rating in this game. And he said to me that apparently that if you do well in a tournament and win it, even with a high rating, your rating seems to shoot up more. Oh, what are you saying, Simon? I'm tired, Simon. I'm knackered. Because my body's in shutdown mode from about 8 o'clock onwards. My body starts to tell me I should be in bed, and I really should be in bed. I'm going to bed at 10:30 every night, and I should be in bed at 8:30. I'm only getting, sometimes it's 11:15. I'm getting barely 4.5 hours, 4 3/4 hours sleep each night, and it's my own fault. I definitely should be, but this is why when I get home, if I finish a shift at 2 o'clock, I get in, get a cup of tea, get something to eat. By the time I'm stripped and comfortable, after having something to eat, I'm asleep for an hour in front of the TV every day, guaranteed. Guaranteed. And that's just my body's telling me that I'm just not getting enough sleep. And this is why I can't play. I mean, if I was to play in this tournament, and if I was to hang in there to the latter stages at this time of night, my mind's thinking more in my bed than I'm a tournament. It's fine that I'm watching it and I can see some matches, but even then, I'm not going to stream to the end of the tournament. There's no way. I'll do that next week when I'm off on holiday. But back to the match, Bill, 2-1 up. A little delicate one in the 8 ball. And Bill's got his pace. He's got the pace tonight. And that cue ball more or less stopped dead there in the middle of the table. But he's come up dry. Andre's got the 1-5 combo. Just a pity he wasn't getting 5 and out. Well, Andre's perfect in the 2 ball. I think he can draw back and get on that 3 and draw behind the 8 maybe. No, he's nudged into it and he's missed the 2 anyway. Let's have a look. Yeah, he got himself on the 3. And Andre, he's maybe 3 racks down, but he's just got to stay positive because he knows that should Bill make a mistake, and there's not an awful lot of signs that Bill is going to make many mistakes tonight, but he's got that handicap sitting there and just ready to snatch his chance. And the match this score could turn around very rapidly. But again, another great jump by Bill, gets the cut and at least leaves himself a shot in the 4 to drop in behind the 6. Now if he gets too clever and tries to play this with a bit of left, which he has done, You know, that could have went wrong, but he's played it reasonably well. He's going to have to run the cue ball here, though. And that's where the mistake has happened. So there's the sort of first genuine mistake by Bill at this stage in the rack, and that's really the first and only time he's done this tonight, particularly with this money ball handicap. And Andre just oh well, Andre, you've got to take those, I'm afraid. And I don't think Bill's want to give you any other chances here. All out for the cut down the rail. Is that going to hang up? Well, he's finally got his gift. So it was a delicate little shot to keep holding for the 7. So it's 1 back for Andre. Trailing by 3 racks to 2, but he's now got the break. 2 ball goes into the bottom right. 1 ball's hanging on the spot, more or less. Now, what does he do here? Well, I know certain players would be having a bang at this one onto the 9. Why not? He went for it. Now the 9 ball needs to do him a favour, and it has. Now that's the little breaks he needs. So immediately we're going to see how Andre reacts under pressure now. He's got ball in hand. He's got everything on the table bar the 2 ball. And let's see if he can run out. Now this would be a perfect time to get a run out here. You're trailing 3-1. You get a gift to get 1 back. And now you've got an opportunity to show if you're capable, and straight away he's made an arse of it. That was a really poor shot. That needed a little bit of left English to make sure you were going far enough over to the left as we look and take any semblance of 9 balls and 8 balls blocking the path. So he's had to play the jump, and his chance might have just gone right there. You've got to play the percentage shot. If you think there's a likelihood that you're going to block yourself, then you make sure you put enough in the cue ball to take that likelihood out of the equation. With that shot that he played there, the cue ball should have been over here. Anywhere over there is fine. Leaving it short this side, you're looking for a gap that isn't there. And Bill trying the jump shot, doesn't get it, and Andre's going to have to do the same. 4 balls hanging over the pocket, so Andre wants to hit this half ball like he's aiming at the moment. That way the 4's going to go in and the cue ball's not going to follow it. Now is this an all-out cut, or is he going to go for a safety? Well, he's went for the bank. Is it going to double bank? It needs to keep running, and it's not going to get there, but it needs to keep running for cover, and he's got that. But danger is if Bill decides he's going to jump at that, the cue ball could bounce off the 5 off the table. So he's playing the kick. Now, how does that look? Well, that looks as if it's pushing to the jaw. Well, it is. It just caught the jaw. So now Bill has a problem to deal with. He's got the 5 ball. He's going to go for the cut into the right hand corner and spin the cue ball around, I think. Is he playing the draw? He's trying to draw onto it. Now he needs a bit of running. I think he's okay, is he? No, he's not. So, yet another opportunity for Andre. Now, anywhere at all here. Oh dear, what's he trying to do there? What has he tried to do there? He's left himself the shot into the middle, but he could have just went high and played the 6-9 combo. He's trying to do things the hard way, and he's just... Oh, well, I'll give him his dues. He got the 6, but there's easier ways to go about it. So we're all square. We've got a tied ball game. Dry break for Andre, and no shot for Bill. But he's going to go for distance here. Tuck that 2, the 1 back behind the 2. He's hit that way too hard though. I think he's done him again. He's done him again. So Bill's got the running. And WizKid has taken care of Popman. WizKid would be getting 5 and out against Popman, no doubt about that. Let's have a look. Where are we? Yeah, WizKid was getting 5 and out. And he's won 4-1. And that's a scratch. Well, the 6 ball, which of course is Andre's first money ball, it's out of commission on the rail there, and it's tight against it. Now that was a great shot. Now can he follow it up though? Well, Bill's just going to drop onto the rail. And that's probably about as good as he could get. So very quickly, Bill has got himself, or should have got himself, back into the lead here. Andre had his chance. And that's the difference between hanging in and around or just under 1900 is finding that confidence and certainly that wee bit more ability to be able to execute these shots, to string the balls together. That's how you improve your game. And that's how in tournament play you're going to win matches, is being able to take these chances. And Andre fails on the jump. And well, we'll have to say it. It's another ball in hand opportunity for Bill. Just push through on the 1, back out for the 2, into the bottom left. But that's not his problem. The problem's what he's going to do with this 3 ball. Now the 3 ball does go past the 9. There's plenty of room there. So it's a stun off the rail and back over to the right if he can. The shot's there to do it. Off there and over here. He's playing some other sort of draw. And that's a shot to play. If you've not got a shot, then you do the next best thing and make sure that when your opponent's coming to the table, he's got none either. And Bill now has got the opportunity from the good safety. Once again, no. It's the draw shot, I think. But even that angle's not great, so he's just tried to get up past the 6, and the 6 has undone him. Oh, that was unlucky. So Andre is coming to the table, almost 5-3 down. The 5 ball hanging over the pocket. He just needs to get on this 6 one way or another. How he does it doesn't matter, as long as he's got a shot to a pocket. And that needs to just keep going, and that'll do it. And a fairly straightforward pot into that top left hand corner should tie the match up. Oh, he's hit it to the jaw too far, hit it to the rail too early, and that is definitely his chance gone. He should have taken his time a bit more. Is that Potman, by the way? Why the hell do you have these silly names? What does MI66 OK mean? I mean, Simon has at least got his name. And I know who Napnicker is. That's as if it's an old gaming handle that you've had for years, that one. Right, so Bill into the lead, 5 racks to 3. Tidies up the last rack. Nothing in the break, I don't think. And absolutely nothing for Andre. Stuck behind the 5 ball. Now, what's he doing? Is he lining up a jump here, or is he looking at a push out? Well, he is looking at a push out. And the problem here is he doesn't want to push. You've got to be clever with the push out. If he pushes out down to here, Bill's only going to roll up the is he going to roll up? Aye, that's what he's done. Let's have a look. Yeah, Bill's got reasonable cover there behind the 2 and the 9. Well, that's easy to hit. Again, just a reminder, guys, that's at nudging 10 o'clock. I've got another half an hour to go and then I'm in bed. I'll quite look and see what's going on here. Well, Tommy Yu is 3-0 up against WizKid, who's getting 5 and out. So Tommy Yu's doing his best to hang in there and battle his way through to the final. And he's looking favourite. So this will be Andre's first, his first money ball will be getting taken care of here by Bill. And that just makes it that bit more difficult for Andre to steal this rack and one less money ball. Well, Bill's going to have to jump out of trouble again. And this time there's a problem because he's got to rely on luck to have a shot in this 5. He can't get any pace and the cue ball's going to scratch. So straight away Andre is a similar situation I think to the last time. He's got 2 balls to pot here. He just needs to roll the 5 in, stop the cue ball, and then roll the 7 in. And he's got 1 back. And now just steady the boat here. So in goes the 7. And he now has the break, and he's still trailing by just a 1. Well, the 9 ball's gone in. That's brought back up onto the table. But it still means that Andre is at the table. And he's got a shot in the 1. And he's going to have a 2-5 combo coming up next. And if you're going to start playing good, this would be the exact, precise and perfect time to start potting balls and running a few together here. And that's good pace as well. And now you've got to go and play the right shot. Cue ball off the rail, down to here. Don't try anything else clever, just let the cue ball run. And that will do. And he's away from the rail a wee bit. Now with this one, you don't go near the 8 ball. Cue ball will come that direction, but don't let it go near the 8. Well, he's followed through. And now he's going to be cueing over the 9. So he's still got problems here. Now plenty of top on this shot. Let the cue ball run through and around the angles. It's going to be up on the 6 ball, no problem. He just doesn't want to get too... Well, that's what does you. And that all just stemmed from playing over the 9 ball. You're putting a little bit of English on it, maybe trying to adjust the cue there, and that little bit of spin has undone him. Now this isn't over yet because Bill's got to find a way to get on the 7. And Tommy Yu has finished off WizKid in this week's tournament. Tommy wins by 4 racks to 0. And Bill's ran a little too far, I think. And that's what I'm saying about balls that are off the rail at that end of the table, or any end of the table, but you just get the pace wrong, you're having to play cutbacks. And it's a pressure shot, and Bill sinks it no problem. Cue ball there, 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 and there. He's run a wee bit short again. No, he's okay. He's getting there, almost on the mark. In fact, right on the mark. And Bill isn't showing any sign of weakness here. He's now back into a 2-rack lead with the break in rack number 11. And just needing 1 more for victory. And Andre's chances are not very good here, looking at the state of the table. He's going to have a 1-5 combo to start with. And, of course, we don't know where the 1 ball's going to end up. The other problem being where the 2 ball is. Well, all he's done is teed it up now. And Bill's got to watch his pace. And another little delicate one here with the 1 ball. Just feather it in and no more. Or at worst, play it with enough power to come off the left rail, the right rail and back across. So he's managed to feather it in. And I think, again, my natural instinct tells me he can spin off the rail and come over here. Leave that into the middle. He's hit it a wee bit too hard. He's still got the cut. The only worry I've got here is that 6 ball. That 6 ball's in the path. He's managed to avoid it. Couldn't avoid the 7. But he's still on the 4, so no problem. But he's got a problem now, has he? Has he ran too far? No, he's all right. So Tommy Yu, I think, is sitting on the... I think he's sitting in the final on the 1 loss side, waiting on the loser of this match. I might be wrong. I need to have a quick look at the bracket. But we'll just watch Bill, who is just about to finish this match off. No, of course, he can't be sitting in the final because Andre Hagus has to go over to the 1 loss side. I think he's waiting on him coming across. So Bill wins the match by 7 racks to 4, and he's looking strong. Let's have a quick look. That's exactly what he's waiting on. So Bill now sitting in the hot seat in the final, and he's waiting on the winner of the Tommy Yu and Ruhagas match. And that match should be up and running fairly shortly. Just waiting, the players get in. They've just gone in, they'll be lagging off. So, race to 4 in the 1 loss side, and Andre Hagus is getting the 7 ball as his extra money ball. Now, let me have a look at that. Yeah, this is a rematch. It's a rematch. Andre sent Tommy Yu over to the 1 loss side, and now they're both playing again. So Tommy Yu looking for revenge here. Well, that's a good bank. He's went for safety. It's a good bank, that 2 ball there, but it was only a one chance bank. If you'd missed it in the bottom pocket, it was never going to get in the top pocket. The best you'd have got there would be a combo into the 7. think he can stun up past the 6 here. It looks as if he's putting top on it. Well, he's managed to come back to take the 5 into the right middle. I thought he's maybe going to try and play it into the left there. He's now the wrong side though of the 5. That's the problem. And that's going to have to do a bit to hold up. Well, he checked it up there with left-hand English. It's come back and avoided the 8 ball. But he's going to have to dig out a good one in the 6 here. And it's going to end up here being a little gift for Andre. Remember, he only needs this 6 and then the 7. And that doesn't look a big demanding shot. And just a little bottom drag on this. Make sure that you stun it in and don't follow through. So Andre's off and running. The mistake was made and he's taken his opportunity. And of course, it's a short race to 4. You don't have a big comeback chance at this stage of the game. You've got to hang in there right from the start. Mr. Bill is in the room. He's baying for blood. Well, that's just gone beyond the middle pocket. And Tommy Yu, little feather. Well, he's double kissed it. Now, is Andre going to roll in the 1 into the middle, or is he going to have a bang? Let's see. I think he's more likely to try and roll this into the middle than have a bang at the 7. Although there's no prizes for guessing what Mr. Capo or Mr. Wizard Cheat would do in that situation. And that's gone too far. And this is where you then start trying to pull out champion style shots here to try and hold a run together. And now he's relying on luck, clattering into the 8 ball to hold for the 4 somehow or other. And he's overcut the 3, and that's probably the best thing he's done there, because that now means that Tommy can either play the safety, bank the 3 back to the end rail and bring the cue ball down here to the 5, or he can go for the reverse bank, but he's no great guarantee of getting any shot in the 4. So he's looking for the safety. He's not got it. The same thing applies to Andre. He's got an easy way to get back over to the 4 and 8 with the cue ball. Just feather that 3 ball. And maybe a little bit of right to make sure that it goes. Well, he's went for the bank. He's got a second prize. He's ended up hooking Tommy behind the 4. Tommy gets the hit, and he's got it pretty well safe. He's not cutting that in, but it's a good bank again past that 8 ball. I like it as a bank. Well, hit it to the rail too soon. So here we go. Tommy has a chance to take out Andre's first money ball, but he's played the cross double. Safety, and that's worked out perfect. That's an excellent shot. That's a wee bit of running you need, but he had the right idea what he was doing with the 3 ball there to cut it to safety. And straight away Andre's back under pressure to get the hit here. And there's not a great angle there to get to that 3. He's looking at squeezing behind the 8 ball. Now he's decided his only opportunities to try and jump over the 4. And that's a bit tight. Well, he's got it. Double kiss. You're going to finish behind a 7. Well, that will do. That is a result and a half there. That's again a nice little bit of running that you need just to keep yourself in the mix. Now, what does Andre do? He's got an easy safety, and he could tie Tommy right up behind the 8 ball here and go for 3 fouls, and that's what he's doing. And he needs to get this nice and tight, and he's not got it. He's got the snooker, but it's not a difficult one to hit. He should have had that cue ball scraping the paint off that 8 ball and making it as difficult as he can. And Tommy gets, Tommy gets the hit. I don't think Andre can cut that in. Let's have a look. No, but again, he can run away. Is he going for the bank? Oh no, that wasn't the shot, Andre. Well, that's a poor choice there, whatever it was he was attempting to do. Well, poor Tommy isn't getting any of the running here. He's hooked again. And it looks an odd distance to even think about the jump, but he's getting the stick out. Yeah, there's always a problem trying to keep that cue ball from dropping down onto the 6. So Andre's got another good chance. And don't forget that extra money ball sitting there in the bottom left hand side, the bottom corner. That's a good pace. That's going to sit nicely on this 5. Now that's tight in the rail. So he's got to get the connection good here in the 5. And he's nudged it onto the rail first, which is why it's come away. So his chance is gone again for the time being. Right, guys, I'm going to. What time is it? 21 minutes past 9 or 10 or thereabouts. I'm going to stay to watch this match, and then I'm afraid then it'll have to be lights out, as I say, in 15-1. So Tommy Yu ties the match up, breaking off rack number 3. Well, that 8 ball's a bit of a safety net there, because that 3-7 is a good combo down the right rail. So, ball in hand to Tommy. And a couple of errors in the last couple of racks here by Andre. Just showing little signs of weakness. Well, that's taking care of the 8-ball problem. And now Tommy has a 3-7 combo, which he hasn't made a good job of it. He's scratched. And the only good thing there is that the 3-ball's not in a great position, so you're going to have to play it long. And he's just fallen nicely on the 4. He just needs to drop this in, just dead weight, and finish between the 8 and the 9. And he's ran a wee bit more than he wanted to, and now he's stuck to the rail, so immediately his chances of running out have gone. He's played the draw, but forgot about the 5. And he seemed to play that a bit quick. He needs to slow down a wee bit here. And where's the cue ball going here? It's spinning straight into the pocket. So here is his chance. I don't think he was thinking of getting this as quick, but he should deal with it this time. Again, he didn't need to draw that as high. Why put a lot on the ball? Just roll them in. Leave them dead straight. So he's 2-1 in the lead. But an unexpected second chance there for Andre. And what you don't want to do is just scratch off the break in the next rack. So we've been on air for 2 hours and 25 minutes and 43 seconds. We'll at least stay and see the rest of this match, and then you guys can watch the final. And thanks to those that are still here, all 3 of you. Thanks for watching. And that goes to them that don't speak, as well as them that do. In fact, I'm beginning to get the impression that there's 3 people there, but they're actually in the stream, but they're not watching the stream. They're actually doing other things. That's going to hang up. So can Tommy, you clear up here? Clear up to tie up. Well, now he's got work to do. Where's the cue ball going? It needs to bounce. And this is one of these little awkward ones. You know that you have to draw it across the table. And he's managed to do it. No problem. So Tommy has tied the match back up. We're all square at 2 racks all. Tommy breaking in rack number 5. Another straight rack. And that cue ball's finished dead. The 1 and the 7 never moved an inch. And in the meantime, the 2 ball has gone down. So this is an easy safety. Now he must have thought he saw a 9 ball combo there. But now it's interesting. We could see an attempted pot in the 1. We could see a billiard off the 1 onto the 9. Anything's possible here. Where does it say 9er watching? It says 4 on my screen. Maybe you need to refresh your screen, but it does say there's only 4. Or maybe I need to refresh mine. It's just showing 4 people. Now is that straight? No, he can actually follow through here. A little bit of spin, left hand spin. Well, he's hit the knuckle, and he's hooked himself. So Andre is getting out of shape a little bit too much here now. So, well, that's not a good combo. Well, he's managed to get it. Got it lined up. And quickly he's into a 3-2 lead. So, Tommy Yu is on the hill with the break in rack number 6. This time it's dry. And just a push out for Andre. Now he can't push down here. If he pushes down here, he's going to be hooked behind these balls. And he's pushing down here. And he's going to find himself in trouble in a second. That's you just conceding the table to your opponent. And this is why the push out is so important. When you play a push out, you've got to look at the lay of the table and what's likely to happen. And straight away, I was thinking that's what would happen. So you have to think of something different. So it's ball in hand to Tommy. Now again, if Tommy wants, he can stick him in trouble again and tie him up behind the 4 and 5, and that really puts the pressure on. And Andre's now staring at a 3 fouling out and losing the match. So I think he's going to dig the jump stick out. That's his easiest option. And the double kiss has helped. But again, Tommy should have him in trouble here. Just use the 3 as a stopper. Needs to run a bit more, and it has. And that's a full ball snooker. So the pressure is still on Andre. Now, This time he's going for tight against the 3, and that's another problem. And Andre's decided he's going to concede ball in hand, and that is actually pretty good thinking, because that now gives Tommy the opportunity to run out, puts the ball in his court and says, right, well, go ahead and do it and see if you can. Because remember, Andre has the 7 ball as his extra money ball. And this could backfire on Andre, but it's at the stage now where he just has to take that risk. And now Tommy has left himself short on the 6. And he's now got another little tough one in the 7. And that's not easy. And he's overcut it, and how's his luck? Well, Andre needs to slow down here and not get excited. He just needs to sight the ball and roll it in. So it's worked in Andre's favour there. He made the right tactical choice. He forced Tommy into running the rack to win it, and the mistake was made, and it was made on the money ball. And so we're tied up 3 racks all, and a 7th and final decider, and the 6 balls going in the break. We've got a 1-4 combo. Needs to be soft though, but it could potentially be a 1-9 combo in a minute if this runs right. Oh, now wait a minute here. We could have a billiard off the 1 onto the 9. He's got to go for this surely. Billiard onto the 9 to win the match. Oh well, he's going for it, but I would have played the billiard. So exactly the opposite in the last rack now. The pressure's all on Andre to follow up his decision. And the decision was to go for it, and straight away he's failed on the 2, but it's gone safe. So there's still, it's right on a knife edge here. It can go any way. Tommy's looking for cover, and he's played the good safety. That's excellent. It's not a problem to hit it, but there's a danger of getting off this 2 ball at the angle he's got here. He got it thick. And once again, it's pretty safe. It's a tough one. Well, that was a good shot. Wrong side of the 3, but as long as he avoids hitting the 7, he should be okay. Getting back up for the 5. He just needs to avoid the traffic. Well, he put the wrong English on it there. That's why he's killed the ball dead, and why it didn't run. Now all he's got is a safety. Well, that still looks like a good bank, or even a double bank. It's up to Andre and how he feels. Is it going to get there? It's going beyond the jaws. And I think that can be cut in. That can be cut back, no problem. But the cue ball's got to run a fair bit here, because if he hits this too soft, he's going to go to the side rail. Well, maybe Tommy's feeling the pressure as well. Same again for Andre. He's got a good bank on, or again a possible double bank, and he should be on the 7, and he only needs a 7 if he gets this 5. Where's the 5 going? Is that spinning up? Has it covered him? No, it hasn't. So this time, is it the cut onto the 9 or the billiard onto the 9? It looks like the cut. And in it goes. And so Tommy Yu has won the final rack decider. And he beats Andre Hegus by 4 racks to 3. It's now 10:40 at night. One last look at the bracket, guys. And we will see. Well, that hasn't updated yet. But Tommy Yu is going to be playing Bill in tonight's final. And the winner will get $590 and the loser will get $295. So thanks again, guys, for watching. Good luck to the 2 players in the final, and we will see you again soon. I'm off to bed.